Shalom, shalom, beloved. I just wanted to pre-record this because I'm thinking about it and it's clear. And I know it's not just for me. Don't discount or underestimate when the Ruach of Mashiach, I'm going to say the Ruach of Mashiach, is speaking something to you. And oftentimes, we have been conditioned to perceive voices, intuitions, inner feeling, inner knowing, foresight, prophetic access, whatever you want to call it. And it may not be pleasing, so we'll try to knock it off and say, that must be the enemy. And this is not to say that he ain't dripping or they ain't dripping a poison in there, right? Spiritually. But please make no mistake that your sixth sense, if we could use it like that Ruach HaKodesh in you, the Ruach of truth, the Ruach of knowledge, the Ruach of love, the Ruach of light that is in you, you recognize when darkness is present, no matter what type of false light they carry. You could feel, you could see, you could smell, you could discern, you know, the same way you knew when their hearts may have been more genuine, like, you know, when Saul, right, initially took affection to David. Don't underestimate that. You ain't doubt that then, huh? And then some of us may have, right? Some of you may have, however you want me to word it, whatever fits you best. And there was like a knowing, like, I'm trying to believe that it's good and it's right, but even though it's looking like it's adding up and it's all right, it ain't smelling right. This ain't the same manner of spirit. I must not have been seeing straight, or they must have been putting on a little better. However you got to word it, however it's real, however it's true, make no mistake about it. You are discerning what you are discerning, and you ain't tripping. Okay? It is different. The real thing. And look, let me help you out. Some of y'all might be wondering why or how. Why come? Why come? Why come? Why come is because they like the broken version of you, where they could kind of anticipate your movement and your codependency, your reliance on them, your fear of losing them, right? Or your regard for them. It was feeding some parts of their inward beast that they have perfected and become professionals at morphing. That's the word, morphing. And in doing that, now that they could see a little closer that which they had greatly feared about you, even when you was in your downtrodden state, now they can see that it's manifesting. The weapons of their warfare against you, spiritual and carnal, they're seeing, hold on, was it as effective as we thought? And some of them are scratching their heads. So you're going to find strange affections, strange separations, strength. You're going to see this, and it's going to be orchestrated. This is not by accident. You are not paranoid. No, you're not overthinking. None of these things that we try to tell ourselves, none of these things that we try to tell ourselves is that our true innermost self knows when a security breach has been activated. It knows. And again, you typically try to write it off and say that's the enemy or whatever, but you seeing what you're seeing. That's all I'm trying to get you to hear me say. However, you want to fragmentize it so that you can cope better with the undesired truth that somewhere in you knew that though the familiarity felt good, appeared good, could have very well been good, but now some things is good, but not genuine. Some things are conditional based on your level of weakness, your level of vulnerability, your level of awareness of who you are. These things, you gotta understand, we living in a spiritual world. So these are things that are on the scope of the visible and the invisible entities that are amongst us. So in that, you want to be in a place where you have to be willing to digest tough truths, painful truths. And I'm telling you, not to say all of them gonna be like that, not to say it's not seasons of grief in this thing as it is when it's a natural occurrence, right? But there's something in you that knew it was what it was. And no matter how much you, me, them, they, us, we, however you want to put it, have desired or made effort to try to safeguard or have a good mind about these particular situations or these particular people, you know, I know, we know, they know, right? What it is. So you have to be careful at this time to not pretend that you didn't know, or that they didn't know, we didn't know what was underneath it, because that same spirit of familiarity was familiar and sniffing you out, locating you, tracking you, keeping tabs on you. At some point, the decoys have to be exposed. At some points, the mask have to fall off. So I'm just coming to say this to encourage you now, to warn you, to instruct you. I mean, all of that good stuff, okay? I mean, you know, guard your heart. Guard your hearts. Shalom.